All right, let's get into the second conversation now and taking a look at the 5G technology deployment by the Nigerian government and focusing on building smart cities. As the world gravitates towards fifth generation deployment, Nigeria has showed its interest in building smart cities powered by technology. According to the Executive Vice Chairman of the Nigerian Communications Commission, Marudambata, recently in Lagos, the country should expect gigabyte by seconds for smart cities, self-driving cars, robust telemedicine, and others with the deployment of the fifth generation technology in Nigeria. Dambata emphasized Nigeria's readiness to deploy 5G and highlighted some of the key steps taken by the Commission towards deploying the technology in the country. So let's get talking now. Ladi Ogunsheye is a talking about financial technology analyst who has led the growth and adoption of multiple fintech products in Africa. So he joins us via the Zoom platform now. Thank you for your time, Ladi. Hello, Ladi, are you there? Good morning, Ladi. If you can hear me, are you there?
Yes, I am here. Can you hear me? Good morning.
Oh, good morning. Good to see you. So let's get into the conversation right away. The Nigerian Communications Commission says the country should be ready for the deployment of the fifth generation technology in the country. So let me begin by asking you how excited you are about this news.
I'm fairly excited about the news because we've seen other countries already using 5G. I have friends in India. I've been to India where 5G is already commonplace, and we have our own country which shares similar attributes or characteristics with the countries like India. We are still at the planning stage for 5G network infrastructure. So I'm fairly excited about it because I think that as a country that is developing, we should already have 5G deployed into the Nigerian market.
So according to the government, the deployment of the 5G will enhance mobile broadband. They also talk about a faster internet speed, and also be talking about smart cities, self-driving cars, and others. So that's according to Umaru Dambata. But how ready is Nigeria given the lack of power infrastructure and other associated challenges?
In terms of readiness, one thing is key. Nigeria is a developing nation, and the truth is that in terms of the infrastructure has been going on for quite some time now, about 18 to 24 months. So I would say that hopefully by January 2022, which is the set timeline that has been set for the deployment of the network infrastructure itself into the Nigerian market, I think that we should be ready for that. But when you look at other factors that will aid smart city development, that will aid network penetration, amongst other things, the cost of smartphones, the cost of FX, the volatility of FX, you may say that it may take us a long while even get to that point where we can say, oh, we are fully exploring the opportunities that 5G comes with. Even at this point in time, we have 4G network in the country, but we are not fully exploring the opportunities that it comes with. You go to places, even in modern cities like Lagos, and you find that 4G network is virtually non-existent or is virtually very weak. So you can say that even though we have 5G opportunity to access internet via 5G, people may not still exploit the opportunities that comes with it, with factors like some of the factors that you have mentioned by yourself, like the other factors like that.
So how do you think we can unlock these opportunities with regard to optimizing the market, the Nigerian market specifically, and of course the technology ecosystem?
There's an divided approach. So it's not a 1 + 1 = 2. Like you rightly mentioned, one of the key things we need to fix our electricity problems. If we fix our electricity problems, we can then start saying, let us fix our FX volatility problems. We make our currency stable so that more people can afford to buy smartphones. we can get smartphone penetration into the market, into the country. More people, the average person can afford to buy a smartphone, and then they can afford to even buy internet. The people say that you hear things like, oh, internet is still even expensive in the country, amongst many other things like that. So if you fix many of these things, we can fully now say that the average Nigerian child can use the internet comfortably without needing to do a lot, or without needing to get to a particular age to access the internet or to use the internet by themselves.
Yes, SAC is talking about the benefit that comes with these, talk about smart city, talk about self-driving cars, talk about telemedicine and other benefits with the deployment of the 5G technology in the country. So, but who do you think should be part of this conversation or should be leading the part in this conversation other than the NCC?
The NCC is rightly placed to lead the conversation, like you rightly said, but it's important that the NCC also carry the telcos along. The telcos are also critical stakeholders because many of the telcos are the ones that would offer these services to the consumers, to the eventual Nigerian consumer. And so it behoves the responsibility of the NCC also carrying along and ensuring that critical stakeholders like the consumers are informed about this, because we've seen a lot of misinformation. At some point, I know that popular Nigerian personalities, in fact, pastors, are clamoring that 5G is like the Antichrist, amongst many other things like that. So, so consumer education also needs to be done so people can know that 5G is safe to use and it's just an advancement in technology and it doesn't necessarily mean the end of the world or what have you. And other countries are already using 5G. So it's not a thing that they're testing in Nigeria. It's anything that we're trying to test out to see if it is ready or if it is radiation exposure level is okay or is safe, amongst many other conversations like that. So telcos, it's important that telcos also lead this conversation, and it's also important that consumers themselves channel this conversation and champion this conversation on the 5G deployment.
So as we wrap up now, you talk about the fact that a lot of people, are afraid of the 5G technology, and you also mentioned pastors who are leading the conversation around that. But of course, this is something that it is probably has become a part of the culture of the people. How do you think we can eliminate that part from the conversation? Because it seems that the conspiracy theory is actually a big challenge.
Okay, so the thing is, for a superstitious nation like ours, conspiracy theories will thrive, conspiracy theories will hold sway, and you find that conspiracy theories would become the order of the day. So when you find cases like this, a lot of awareness and education engagement needs to be done with religious organizations. It's important that religious organization leaders are taught what this technology is, are explained to what this technology is, because that is one key place where conspiracy theories spring up. And then, so you'd find community leaders also being part of this group. That's another place where conspiracy theories spring up. So if the government via NCC can engage these groups of people, religious leaders, community leaders, community advocates, community groups, you would find that the fear would be allayed to a large extent. These people go back to their various communities, various social groups to allay the fears, to lower the fears and inform people that, okay, this is safe to deploy, this is safe to use, and they can definitely partake in it, and it's not a thing that would end their life or that will expose them to become zombies.
Let me quickly come in. Yes, permit me to jump in here. How do you think, because you also, when we talk about conspiracy theory, there are also fears about the issue of health challenges and consequences of implications that come with this as well. How do you think the government can balance the two? One, to address health issues that come with these technologies, and of course, the issue of conspiracy theory on the other side. Are you there? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, Ladi, can you hear me? Well, I guess we lost connection. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you
Yes,
now.
I want us to wrap up with that.
Okay.
Having to address or balance the difference between conspiracy theory and the health issues or fears that come with the deployment of 5G. How do you think the government can balance the two?
I think that if the government wants to balance the two, one key thing the government needs to do, is to use data. Other countries have deployed 5G networks. Now, these other countries, has there been any issue? Has there been any significant health concern or health challenge that has come up as a result of the 5G deployment? Now, if there hasn't been any, I think we can point to this data point. We can look at this data point and make inferences. That if India has deployed 5G and nobody's dying as a result of it, there's multiple research going on in this as a result of the exposure level amongst many other things, then we as a country can also deploy the same technology and we can be rest assured that we are safe. So it's important that we look at data, we speak with data when trying to use this, when trying to have these conversations with community leaders and many other people below the pyramid.
I think we need to leave it there. Thank you so much for your time. Ladi Gushe is fintech analyst and consultant. Thank you for coming through the show. Yeah.